How much you pay per month in rent is a huge factor on how much or how quickly you're going to succeed. There are some circumstances where you're not able to negotiate a below market rate. However, it ends up being an above market rate. Number one, you're going to want to really reconsider signing that lease, because if you can't get a proper rate, your odds of success are dramatically decreased. However, there are some circumstances that dictate that you have no other choice. For example, situations where we have a limited amount of commercial real estate and high demand, like we have here in Los Angeles and Orange County. So in those situations, what can you do to kind of compensate for it? Well, there's a couple of things we'll discuss. Number one, you want to try to negotiate as much in tenant improvement credits as possible. What that means is you're going to build out your space. It's going to cost you money to build it out, whether it's a manufacturing facility you need to build out for your machinery, or even a retail business like a restaurant where you need to build out for your kitchen and dining room and everything else. That costs money. If you're willing to sign a long-term lease, you may be able to get your landlord to cooperate and contribute to that cost. So that's one way you can definitely get a credit from your landlord, or some concession for a high rate. Number two, this is a case where you really may want to negotiate, if possible, an early opt-out. So let's say you end up signing a 5-year lease or a 10-year lease. You may want to get an opt-out within, let's say, 24 months or 36 months, a one-time opt-out that lets you say, you know what, it's not working here. I'm going to cut my losses short before I keep paying and losing money. So an opt-out clause is something you want when you've got a high rate, but not something you need and try to push for when you have a below market rate. The other way you can also negotiate if you have a landlord really insistent on a very high rate that you can't do anything about is to attempt to get some free rent or some abated rent. What that would mean is maybe after you've made a couple payments to get a month free and then a couple more payments, another month free, and try to get that early on so that the landlord feels like in years 3, 4, and 5 of that lease, you're making full payments. If they happen to sell the property, they're going to be able to command top dollar for that property.